What's going on, guys? I find it kind of ironic that JB Pritzker would go on, national television, on the news, local news, stuff like that, and talk about how there's nothing wrong with Chicago. There's not that, the crime's not that bad, the murder's not that bad, the shooting stuff is not that bad, and yet every weekend there's like 4 people shot, 10 people shot, 20 people shot. Around the holidays, 40 people shot, 50 people shot. 10, 15 people died over the weekend from gunshot wounds, or they were gunshot victims, or gang violence. Yet last night, or sometime this morning, I should say, at about 8 o'clock this morning, I get a notification stating that there was a shooting in Chicago, in the Gold Coast area. And I'm looking at where it's at. I was like, well, JB Pritzker's house is up here. This was like 3 or 4 blocks away from his house. 4 people got shot this morning, last night. What? I thought there was no worry for that. I mean, this is where millionaires live, in the area where he's at, because he's a multi-billionaire. He owns like the Hyatt, or part of the Hyatt, or something like that, and all this other stuff. So he's like one of the richest politicians in the United States. He's the richest governor in the United States. And this guy has got multiple homes between like here in Florida, horse ranch and everything else, blah, blah, blah. So this guy's living on the hog, man. And he wants to talk about how there's no crime, there's no shooting stuff, there's none of that. And this morning, the freaking 3 or 4 different news articles in a row. 4 people shot, 4 people shot, 4 people shot in the Gold Coast. And I'm like, oh, right down the street from his house. How the fuck can you deny that there's a gun violence problem, there's a gang violence problem, there's a black on black crime, murder, super high in Chicago and stuff like that? How could you deny that these things are happening, and they do need help because they can't get it under control, and it's only getting worse, and the shit happens right down the street from his house? Isn't that kind of ironic that he says all that and then it happens in his neighborhood? I guess it's like the opposite here in Illinois. You got to say the opposite of what you actually intend, so people know that what you're saying is the truth. So you say, no, there's no gun violence, there's no murder, there's no extremely high black on black murder, crime, stuff like that going on, because that means that there is all those things. So you say the opposite in the state of Illinois. I think that's what it comes down to. So maybe I should start saying the opposite, so the Democrats they'll understand logic, because telling the truth obviously doesn't work. So if I lie, it would make more sense, because that's clearly what the disgraced governor Pritzker and his boyfriend Johnson are doing here. And it's sad. 4 people get shot last night in his neighborhood, where millionaires live. The irony. Go figure. That's why I don't listen to anything that fucking guy says. I don't trust this damn thing he says, because he's a fucking buffoon. Him and Johnson. Anyhow, the irony. Going to physical therapy. You'll have a great day.